Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sam and I make weekly videos dissecting internet nonsense. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. So happy to have you back here with me again this week for another video. And if you are new here and this is the first time you are seeing my face, also welcome. I'm glad you decided to join us today, and I hope that if you like what you see, you'll consider liking because that helps me reach more people just like you, but also subscribing because when you do, that lets me know that you want to join us over here in our little corner of the internet, and well friend, we would love to have you. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than our typical video, and I'm so sorry. My most sincere apologies for having two videos like this back to back. It's just that I've been sitting on these topics for a little while, and we need to talk about them, no matter how sad nor heavy they really are. And it's going to be a little bit different because honestly, there's nothing funny at all about the things we're going to talk about today. If you've been here for a while, you know we've come together on this channel before to talk about the many plus-size influencers who have passed away much too young. And every time we come together to talk, their stories are heartbreakingly familiar. Today is going to be similar, but we're going to be talking about someone who is still here, who was taken all the way to the edge and has been able to bring themselves back. But even with that said, their story is not one of triumph yet. They are still very much in the thick of struggle. Her name is Xiomara, and she goes by Xio the Dreamer here online. And once again, her story is painfully familiar to those that we have covered before. And honestly, it's relatable to so many people, including myself. She's been in a rehab facility and she's been using her TikTok as a sort of video diary. And at the beginning, she explained that she was hoping that this video diary would turn into something hopeful to remind her where she had once been. I genuinely think she started documenting with really good intentions, but as typically happens with the internet, it's been twisted a lot because she's being continuously pulled back into her old bad habits, and she's also being rewarded for that behavior. Today, I want to talk to you all about Xio's story, the heartbreaking reality of her current situation, and the darker realities of obesity. Before we get started, I have two housekeeping items. The first is a quick content warning because today's video will contain discussion of very serious topics, including loneliness, homelessness, serious illness, and also hospitalization. If you're not in the headspace for that today, that's okay. Go ahead and click out of this video and watch any other video I've got on the channel. There's plenty of videos there for you, and we'll be back next week, I promise, with something that's not so serious. The second thing is that I want to say that I am not making this video from a place of judgment. I know that Xio's story is very confusing and also frustrating to people who have never struggled with BED, right? I can't say it out loud for demonetization, but what I can tell you is that if you were to seek Xio out, if you're seeing her content naturally, what I hope is that you will show some compassion, because as someone who struggled with food in this same way, the thing I can tell you is that while a dose of brutal honesty can be helpful, it's more helpful to get very genuine constructive feedback and also a lot of support when she's doing things right. If we keep focusing on the negative, we're unintentionally reinforcing the negative behavior. So I hope that you will all keep that in mind, especially if you come across Xio's content. Please be compassionate. I think she needs that now from us more than ever. Xiomara the Dreamer is a 30-year-old woman who hails from Santa Clarita, California. She, like many people, joined TikTok in 2020, entertaining her audiences with jokes and fun challenges and dances. In fact, in her very first video, she was doing the Regina George challenge.
Xiomara, what are you doing?
Regina George.
And despite her fun persona on the internet, it wouldn't take long for the dark realities of obesity to creep into her content.
I just got home. I just started a new job. I have a plantar wart on my left foot. This is the second time. I feel like I have a brain tumor, but I'm still going to work. I haven't ate all day. I am so hungry. I'm so tired. I never knew. I mean, I knew the, like, not risk, but I knew what would happen to me if I continued to be this freaking fat. But, like, you know when people are like, dude, you need to lose weight, like, there's health conditions, blah, blah, you feel pain. I never felt pain until now.
And what struck me the most about this very early on was that struggle in her voice. You could hear very clearly that she knew these things were real and a potential reality, but until the day she made this video, she had never had firsthand experience of this level of pain. And despite any negativity that Xio would receive, especially about her weight, she always approached the internet with a sense of humor.
I'm literally half asleep right now. And this comment, y'all. I would start beef with you, but you ate it all.
In November of 2021, she would eventually share that she planned to weigh in to start her weight loss journey. And when she did that weigh in, she weighed in at 625.4 pounds.
I'm scared. It's been a minute since I've weighed in.
Hello. It's ready.
It's unclear if she actually just did this to get on My 600-Pound Life, but she certainly tagged them in her caption as though she was creating this video for some sort of casting call. And from this first weigh-in video, we would start to get more and more weigh-in content where Xio would show her slow but steady weight loss progress. But as with most weight loss channels, we would see her content go back and forth, showing her losing weight and then gaining it back. And then in January of 2022, she would share another heart-wrenching video of how her weight was truly affecting her.
I'm in so much pain. I can't believe I allowed myself to get this big. I'm in so much pain.
Her pain in that video was caused by her getting up and going to work. Basic mobility that you and I would take for granted. Because going and working a basic shift was putting her in this much pain. And her relationship with food was central to the problems and the pain she was experiencing. And so her content, slowly but surely, would start to reveal that.
1:41 a.m. Sunday, the 16th. I cannot stop thinking about that. All I ever think about is food. It is so scary. It gives me so much anxiety. I don't know, it's so scary.
And then, naturally, the cycle would start all over again, and she would post another weigh-in video, once again expressing her want to lose weight.
It's ready. £588.4
Oh my god. No, no. Oh my god, oh my god.
What many people don't seem to know is that Xio's story with her weight started very early in her life where we can find clips of her featured on Dr. Drew's Life Changers TV show. She even announced to the world at that point in time what she weighed.
I'm gonna tell everyone how much I weigh. I weigh 417 pounds.
Following her sharing her story with Dr. Drew's show, they sent 2 contestants from The Biggest Loser to her high school to surprise her and get her started on her very first weight loss journey. Some of these very early videos are still live on her YouTube channel, and you can see just the tenacity of a 15-year-old who really thinks they're gonna do this and change their life.
You're asking me for advice? And I was like, I'm 15 I started crying. I was like, I'm 15 years old and this is my life. I'm tired of living like this. I'm 417 pounds. I was 417 pounds and now I'm 388 and I just keep on fighting. I don't give up. This is my life. I don't want to be like this.
Unfortunately, all of this is going to set the stage for Xio's current content. On January 7th of this year, 2025, after being gone for a while, which was unusual for her, Xio appeared on the internet and shared that the reason she had disappeared was because she nearly passed away from having the flu and pneumonia. She shared that her life was saved by her friends noticing that she didn't look like herself, that she had blue lips, and they ultimately tested her blood oxygen to see that it was down to 58%. When she was transported to the hospital, her lungs filled with fluid and she had to be intubated multiple times. She was placed in a medical coma, and it wasn't until January 24th that she would share that she had been seeing a therapist to learn to talk again, but also to try to regain the use of one of her arms and one of her legs. Her next post would be a little bit longer, sharing that she'd now been in the hospital for about 4 months, and she had had some realizations about her relationship with food, but also how fast food commercials were really affecting her.
I will, in a couple of days, I will have been here for 4 months. For 4 months, I have not showered properly. I have not walked. Portion control. It is insane. Like, now that I've been eating like this for 4 months, it is insane to know how much I was consuming every meal. And I'm not talking about just calories. I'm talking about like the size. And the thing is, like, I know it's only been 4 months to some people, but 4 months is a long time. And it's just crazy. One hard thing for me was watching TV because of all the food commercials. I'm telling you, food commercial after food commercial after food commercial. That just shows you like how much America, like, we're very like inspired, influenced. America is influenced by whatever you see. There's so many food commercials. I'm talking about like, I don't even want to name them. Like, I'd be intubated. I'd have tubes in my mouth, okay? And I was being tube fed. And I had a sip of water. And when this, I'm talking about one in particular, the Chick-fil-A commercial. When they would show the Chick-fil-A or any fast food place, when they show the drink, like the Coca-Cola or like the Sprite, how carbonated, like how the drink looks, makes your mouth water. Influence, and I would cry. Actual tears.
So despite everything she'd been through, despite being in a coma, having a near-death experience, having to be intubated 4 times, waking up and being told that you need to relearn how to walk, All of these things have taken place, and she is still struggling in her relationship with food, and you can hear it in her voice in that video. It would be another month, and then Xiomara would share that she was finally being relocated to a rehab facility in Arizona so that she could relearn how to walk. She lost mobility in one of her legs, but also in one of her arms. It was at this point that her followers began asking her to consider daily vlogging. They wanted to know what she was up to, and they were used to her posting multiple times a day before she'd gotten sick. And she obliged, and it's when she started making this content that we really started to see the everyday struggle.
Okay, so I just had my first cry of the day. It's 1:20. It's because I'm starving and I haven't ate anything. And I do this every day. Like, this is why I have issues with food. Don't skip meals.
And later in that same video, Xiomara would share that she had had some childhood experiences with food insecurity, and she would share that she was ordering food to be delivered to her there at the rehab facility.
I feel so bad for not eating this food for many reasons. Because there are people in the world right now that are really being starved. And I feel guilty, but I'm a person that grew up with food insecurity. So I've worked really hard and I'm struggle every day to not be that fat person that like feels like they need to eat everything off their plate. You know, I shouldn't just because, well, not just because, but there are other circumstances for other people, but I shouldn't have to jeopardize. I shouldn't do that to myself without saying it in a rude way. I shouldn't have. I don't need to feel like I need to eat this no matter what. Do you know what I mean? But I got a turkey sandwich, so now it's like making me want to order. I'm really struggling with food, like honestly, no cap. Let me show you. Literally, turkey sandwich, Gatorade, and churros. I'm struggling. I'm on my fourth cry of the day. I'm telling you, this is no joke. I don't wish this upon anyone. I'm waiting for Sister Wives Tell All Part 2 to come on the TV because I can't stop crying. It's just when you're in here, your life stops, and it's so hard not to think about that.
And sadly, ordering food would end up becoming the bulk of her content, as would her mental struggle with ordering food when she knew that she shouldn't.
It's literally 8:45. Around 7, I decided to order pupusas, and it came with all of this. I got an agua de tamarindo. I got 2 pupusas, but it comes with rice and beans, and then a chicken tamale. And I got this little flan thing. I just can't believe it's this much. And I'm honestly embarrassed, and honestly, I know I'm gonna regret it. Like, I regretted ordering it. Like, I'm just stupid as hell. Literally, I don't have words. And I've cried so... Today was a shitty day. I need to delete the DoorDash app, like, no cap. So I just got done eating, and I don't know why, but they gave me double. So they gave me 4 huge pupusas. Right there's 2.5. So I ate 1.5 and a tamale. And honestly, I can't anymore. Day 3 and my fat ass ordered again. I was gonna order a breakfast burrito, and I was like, Zio, don't. So I'm going back to like the stuff that I used to get when I was healthy, which was so long ago, but it's a breakfast sandwich from Subway, a 6-inch, filled it up with veggies. I got the bacon one though. Usually I get turkey, but they don't have that option on DoorDash, so I'm waiting for that to come. Look what my fat ass got. I've been craving this. Oh, I've been craving this for literally 5 months. I didn't order pizza, but I really wanted the crazy bread. So aside from crazy bread, this is what I got for dinner. I've never had this place, and it looks really good. It's chicken teriyaki with steamed veggies, a California roll, and tempura veggie.
And what troubled me the most as I watched this, again as a person who has struggled with similar issues, was watching the self-awareness. And that's where a lot of people get really frustrated because it's so hard to see that someone is self-aware and they're just not acting on it. But the problem is when you're in the throes of that, what's happening is that the logical, rational part of your brain realizes you don't need those things. They're not actually going to make you happy. But there's this subconscious, illogical, animalistic part of your brain that the logical part can't overcome. And even if it does for just a short while, that subconscious is coming back 20 times harder, and you're going to keep thinking about that thing until you do it. And that is why therapy is so incredibly important, because you need all the help you can get to really work through that and learn what it means and how to overcome it when it comes up. And honestly, what makes me so sad is that she has been in these hospital and rehab facility systems now for almost a year. And she's not getting any support for that, even though everyone can see what's happening. She talks about sharing with the nurses all the time. So why is it that no one is telling her that she needs to go and get this help? Or worse, no one is helping her get that set up while she's in their system. Because now what's ended up happening is she's had a months-long fight with herself where she's been allowed to cycle through this again and again and again, where she feels disappointed. She says she's never going to order food. She deletes her DoorDash app. She re-downloads it. She orders the food. She films herself eating. She feels guilty, and she's cycling and cycling and cycling, and nothing is improving. And then on her 30th birthday, she gives us an update from a hospital bed instead of the rehab.
I'm in the hospital. Yeah. I did not think I'd be going to the hospital again after everything I've been through since January, but I am in the hospital. I turned 30 in a couple of hours, and it is what it is. It's fucking life. Possibly gonna be having surgery for the first time in my life ever. A lot of you guys said it was like, it could be my appendix or my gallbladder. It's my gallbladder. I've never had my gallbladder taken out. So yeah, there's a lot of risks, obviously, with the person my size, and I am worried. They're telling me an easy fix would be to put a tube in to drain it out. I don't want to do that. I don't know. Something tells me, I always go with my gut, and my gut is telling me just to do the surgery. Because why would I want a Band-Aid just to stop the pain for a couple months and then like get my gallbladder out, taken out later on? So I don't know. So yes, I'm in the hospital. I thought, ow, I can't even laugh. It hurts so bad. I'm in so much pain. And I've been at a skilled nursing facility, rehab. It's rehab, learning how to walk again and everything. And I thought, wow, it's so depressing to turn 30 in a skilled nursing. No, it's actually more depressing to turn 30 in a hospital, in an ER, about to have surgery. So yeah.
She ended up in this situation getting a tube inserted between her gallbladder and her liver to help reduce her pain, because surgeons believed that removing her gallbladder surgically was much too high a risk at her size. And after she'd been through this, another struggle, we would see her post another video where she's very self-aware and she's talking about knowing that she needs to make a change.
I need your help. I gotta stop fucking ordering or I'm gonna die. It's just the truth. It's been the truth. It's always been the truth. No, I haven't been in denial, but I don't know. Like, I have gone through a lot and I'm alone a lot of the time. Well, most of the time. Always, hello. But there's a lot of behind the scenes that I've been going through besides fighting for my life, literally, as I was being intubated and stuff. I need help. I'm in Arizona, near Phoenix area. I need all the money that I've spent on eating out, I need to find a meal prep services, okay? The reality of it is, also, I ordered food.
And yes, I just got back from the hospital from a gallbladder attack. So think about those mukbangs, babies. It can happen to anybody, even if you're fat or skinny. Many people deal with gallbladder issues, okay? So this is not like a personal thing. Like, I'm not like coming or saying anything. I'm just saying health is wealth. We know it. We've known it. Whether we choose to deny it or we choose to continue to eat, that's a personal thing. I will never come on this app and judge you for your decisions. Does it happen to me? Every moment, baby. We live through it.
Her health has changed so rapidly that even in the short time I spent preparing for this video, she has now undergone that surgery that they initially said would be too risky. And since that time, she has been back on the internet eating food for the camera in her pre-recorded content. And what you can't see if you're only looking at her pre-recorded content is the fact that Xiomara does live streams multiple times per day, every single day, and they're pretty long. And in those live streams is typically where you see her do most of her eating, and she's chatting with her audience. And while this content style led her to the platform she has now, it appears from her comments that many people in her audience who genuinely care were really hoping to see different content from her now, especially as she keeps saying she wants to change, but they have yet to see it. Xio has been in and out of hospitals and rehabs for nearly a year. She lost mobility in one of her arms and one of her legs due to being put in a medically induced coma, all of which related to complications from her body size. And she is still struggling to get her relationship with food under control. And coming to this understanding, again, as someone who has gone through something similar in my own life, made me realize the more I watched her content, the more I was hearing her explain how lonely she was.
So much today. Like, yeah, I'm happy to see my mom and I'm so grateful for my gifts, but like, I can't stop thinking about my situation. And I'm so tired of people saying in the comments, oh, well, you deserve this. I told you, we warned you. I've been dealing with this my entire life. This is not something new. Newsflash. Why can't I just be a normal human? A normal fucking 30-year-old? Why is my mind consumed with what I'm gonna eat next? What I'm gonna eat this day? It's sickening. It's literally sick. And I can't stop. It's fucking driving me nuts. Especially because I'm bored as hell. The only type of relief I get is when I either vlog or I go on live or I'm on FaceTime. I don't even like to bother people. I don't like to consume people with my worries or what's going on in my mind.
And that loneliness was driving her to bad behavior. Again, a similar experience to mine. I basically learned that I couldn't be alone with my own brain for extended periods of time because it would cause me to cycle this way. And so when I had that realization about Xio's content, what I tried to do was look and see, had she posted content with friends before? What did that look like? And were these people visiting her? And when I ended up seeing who her friends were, my soul literally left my body, and I now understand why Xiomara is doing some of the things that she's doing. In the last part of this video, we talked about how Xiomara ended up in the hospital. And in one of those very early videos, she shares that she had been hospitalized in Las Vegas. So naturally, I wanted to know, what did her content look like immediately before she had been hospitalized? And what I found was that she had been to Heart Attack Grill.
She's gonna get on for the TikTok.
Come with us to the Heart Attack Grill, where if you weigh over 350 pounds, you get to eat for free. Going.
And as I watched this video, I heard a familiar voice, and then suddenly there he was, Stefan from Pearadise. And if you have no clue who I'm talking about, I do have a full-length video on him. I will link it in the description down below. But let me go ahead and give you a brief introduction. Stefan is a software developer who lives in Las Vegas and has used his wealth and his house to draw in plus-size women, marketing it as a safe space to live when it's anything but. The guy is a walking, talking red flag, and his place is filled with security cameras, and he uses that footage from those cameras for his TikTok content, in addition to hosting multiple live streams and posting footage of him and various plus-size women swimming in the pool or going out to eat. If that still isn't ringing a bell for you, he's also connected to another young plus-size influencer who passed away much too soon. Her name was Cassandra. She went by Cass the Blast here on the internet, and she had spent a lot of time with Stefan recently, having dated him, and then she passed away at age 29 from complications related to obesity. This guy is trouble, and I was seriously hoping that Xio would be able to get away from that since she was now being transferred to Arizona, that she would see how bad they were for her, but she hasn't, and they have been visiting her. And encouraging negative behaviors when it comes to food.
Guys, look at this guy here!
Meowing in the chat.
Alright, we're gonna go eat food now.
Yeah.
Guys, look who's freaking
I woke up in a boo-boo.
Stop. We're gonna go eat now. Okay, guys, we just got they brought the pizza. We got whoa, this is a Michi in Arizona. It's very viral. Say hi.
Hi.
We got a bunch of other stuff, but I'm gonna make a separate video. Bomb.
It just makes me so sad to realize that Xio is caught in this trap. And with friends like this, I'm afraid she'll never escape. Knowing that Stefan and his friends who live in this community that shall not be named, again for demonetization purposes, knowing that they're watching and making up Xio's audience gives a lot of clarity and context to the reason she continues to make mukbang content. Because how much money do you think that mukbang content is making her? And as I mentioned, she's still doing live stream mukbangs pretty frequently. If there wasn't a regular audience for it, I don't think she would continue doing it. So they must be there. It's the only real explanation. This is not a group of friends cheering her on toward recovery. This is enablement disguised as community. And what's so devastating to me is to understand that Xio has been so close to the brink, and she's been brought back, and she wants to do better for herself, but she is surrounded by people who want the opposite result. This is the tension that exists within Xio's story, and the tension that makes it so frustrating for people to watch. Because on one hand, you have a woman who is painfully self-aware. She stood on the brink of death. She admits her problems, and she documents her struggles. She's literally fighting to be able to walk and live again. But on the other hand, she's alone. And that loneliness is driving her to surround herself with an online community and ecosystem that profits from her staying sick. Recovery doesn't trend on the internet. Relapse does, especially in an algorithm like TikTok's. And all I hope from the very bottom of my heart, and I truthfully, genuinely mean this, I hope that she can turn things around and figure this out and learn that this community is not actually behind her, because I fear that if she doesn't, We are going to be here sitting together on this channel talking about another young life lost much too soon. All right, that is all I have for you all today. And at this point, I am genuinely curious to know what you think about all of this. Had you heard of Xiomara before? Have you watched any of her content? Have you felt frustrated by it? And does it help to kind of have that explanation of what it feels like to suffer from BED if you haven't? What do you think about this guy, Stefan, being part of her story? And does that add extra context that makes it make sense? Do you think she can break the cycle? Or does she need to leave these friends and these habits behind to be able to do that? I am so genuinely curious to know what you think about all of this, and I hope that you will leave your opinions for me in the comment section down below, because you all always come so prepared, and honestly, I just love reading your opinions. So please, please leave them for me down below. And for all my internet friends out there who may not feel comfortable leaving your opinions in an internet comment section, I see you. Go ahead and leave me a broken heart emoji, because honestly, Zio's story is so heartbreaking from beginning to end, and as I mentioned, I'm just hoping she can pull it together before we have to discuss the ultimate heartbreak. As always, thank you all so much for being here with me this week. I will see you in the next one. Bye.